Well, we got a new upgrade to the new Pro S, and it's getting rid of this windshield. Okay, this is the factory Polaris windshield. Don't get me wrong, a good windshield. But the reality is, here in Georgia, it is so freaking hot, and those little vents don't do anything. There's a big solution, a great solution. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So let's get it. Well, this is the solution, KEMIMOTO's flip-up windshield. Now, this thing has some advantages compared to some of the ones I had in the past that I really like. So we're gonna get into installing this thing, and then we're gonna jump to actually seeing how this thing does and seeing what can it handle. Can it handle speed? That's gonna be a question. First thing we do, we gotta get this thing cracked open and out of this packaging. I gotta say though, they do a really good job of wrapping these things up. So as I'm laying out the parts here, what I want you guys to see is, this is like some of the stuff, like I'm surprised that you actually get with this, okay? What I mean is, like, you're actually getting, this isn't the cheap, flimsy little wrenches that you normally get. You know, half the time those things are like real flimsy, real thin. These are actually legitimate, like, really nice chromed wrenches. I mean, I don't know the brand, it's some weird brand, but they're actually quite nice and thick. I mean, it's surprising. But needless to say, this kit comes with everything you need. All the wrenches, all the Allen wrenches, the Torx, anything you need, you've got it here. We've got our straps that's gonna be used. We've got some weather stripping. We got everything. I mean, what do you want? You want your shocks? We've got those. Another nice thing about KEMIMOTO is they really do a good job on the instructions. Like, I mean, they tell you what number every part is. So like this bracket's getting put on there. It's number 5. Then you have 11 as a screw. So all of your screws, now this is not 11, but all of them have numbers on them. So you can go through here and find your number 11. And guess what? That is what right there. There's a whole pack of them. We're gonna use 2 of these as well as 2 number 12 nuts to put this bracket on. They tell you everything. It's stupid simple. Honestly, caveman can do it. Now, if you ever have any questions about what is considered the inside of the window, it's quite honestly the side that has the seal on it. That's gonna be the inside. We are literally gonna drop these bolts into place like so, and like so. And then we're gonna put nuts on them, and that's the first step. I mean, that's quite honestly the first step, but it's the easy one. Now they go ahead and tell you to tighten this up, but I'm actually gonna leave it loose because I can tell there's some adjustment there, so I'm gonna leave it a little loose. I may regret that. I may should listen to the instructions, but this is one time I'm gonna deviate, so let's see how it turns out. I mean, the reality is it does say tighten it. It does say do not tighten these, but I'm still gonna leave that one loose. That's it. I may regret it, but we're gonna find out. Now, here's the other cool thing. So, your brackets that go on the side of that, there's not just a sticker on them. No, they decided not to just do a sticker. Like, we actually have an L in there. They have put an L as well as an R. So you actually have lasered in there, and you may say, well, you're gonna see that and it's gonna be different. He said, you're not gonna notice that. Cool thing is you don't have to worry about keeping up with a sticker. So if you decide to later take this thing off to put on something else or another machine, you know your lefts and rights, just in case if you try to get them mixed up. Now, if you're wondering, what is considered the left and right? So if you have the inside of the windshield, boom, right there, here's the inside. That's the left, that's gonna be the right. Simple as that. Now, I would highly suggest, go ahead and pull the paper back. That way you're not fighting with it. When you put these brackets on, you have to peel out around it, because to me, that's some of the worst things, is getting this stuff out from underneath the bracket. All right, so we've got our brackets on here. You can see they are loose. So we just got the bolts going through. So now we're gonna do is flip this thing over, and we are gonna put our piece of weather stripping is gonna go down here along the bottom. And then that should be it for this panel. All right, so we got our weather stripping right down along here. So now we are done with this part of the panel for now. Now we're gonna move to the next step, which is gonna be putting some brackets on the machine. So let's get to that. So the next step is gonna be putting these brackets on, and you're gonna need this stick in there, which is in the kit, as well as you're gonna see there are 2 different ones here. You have a kind of a male and female setup that's gonna clamp around. What you're also gonna notice is, depending on the size of tube you got a couple notches. Now, for the Pro S, the bigger machines that have the 2-inch roll bars, you're gonna go to the topmost setting. And basically, we're gonna wrap this around the roll bar. We're gonna put our L bracket that you're gonna see here. This is a little L bracket with a nut in it. We're gonna put that just like so, and all that's gonna bolt through. Super easy. All right, so all we're gonna do is take our piece and lay it up here. Now, the other cool thing is this stuff already has some felt or some padding there, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, what I'm gonna do is take the little male portion. I'm gonna put it on the top side, put the female type on the bottom. We're gonna bring this down till it touches right there. We're gonna throw this bar on it. Now, when you put this bar on it, you're gonna put the L going downward. So it's gonna go down through the top like so. So I'm gonna tell you, the hardest part about this is actually getting the nut to start. But what you can see here that I've done to help me hold this in place is I've actually kind of set it up behind this nut that's sitting here. So it's gonna help me hold it in place. Now what you're gonna have to do is kind of take this with your hand and squeeze it in a little bit and get the nut started. Once you get one started, the other one goes right on. So all I want to do now is, kind of keep it, make sure I'm at the right height, try to tweak this thing to where I can see that these things are somewhat level to each other to an extent. I just want to get it pretty close as we can. Let's see here, we're looking good there, looking good there. And then what we can do is adjust these things in or out to get those in the right position as well. So we've got our brackets on there, we've got them tightened up. Now what we're gonna do is only the inside, but the inside bolt here, we're gonna take it out, get it out the way. Now I appreciate the tools, but the fact of the matter is when you have an impact driver, sometimes it's just faster. All right, so now we're gonna take our bottom windshield portion and we are going to sit it into place here. Now, don't lose these screws because we're about to reuse them again. Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna get 2 washers, number 15. You're gonna put your washers on those bolts that you took out of that A-pillar. And then you're basically gonna go in there and we're gonna tighten up the bracket to the machine back in the factory location, and then we're done with that. All right, so we're gonna take our bracket here. Now the cool thing about this bracket too is it's actually machined out for the pocket. You'll actually see it once you get it. You'll know what I'm talking about, but it's machined out in the pocket there for this thing to sit in, so it all sits nice and flush. So essentially, you're gonna have that. Now, yes, it's still floppy because I haven't tightened this up and we have another bracket to go. But down here, we've got that all pulled in. And like I said, it sits really nice against the bracket or the actual piece here. So it fits good. It has a nice notch in it. All right, so our next step is to add these brackets. Now these are kind of like just roll bar clamps is all they are. But I want you to notice, you see there's a straight side and then there's a bent side. So when you go to put this on, you want the bent side to be towards the bottom. So what we're gonna do is wrap this around and then you're gonna pull this around the tube and all this is gonna sandwich around. So like I said, you want the bent side to be on the bottom. So this will be the top. Wrap it around the tube, clamp it down. All this sits on top of the actual window right here. You'll see in just a second. All right, so now we've got our brackets here tightened up. I've got these brackets tightened up. It's got this thing pulled down really nicely. Got the seal kind of pushed out, which is good. So we got all that done. Now on to the next. All right, so now we're gonna take our flat brackets. Now, once again, these have nuts on the backside, so make sure you put them the right way. We're gonna sandwich these down at the top where that bolt hole is. You're gonna take a number 13 and a number 14 or a nut, and we're just gonna bolt these things right up. Do not tighten them yet. So you're gonna take a bolt plate, set it on top, and run the nut through the bottom. Spin that on. All right, now it is time for our top panel, but before I put it on, I wanna talk about the quality of this stuff to start with. At least my first impressions of it. So I've had a different brand of flip-up windshield before, and I did like it. It was a good windshield, but it lacked a few things that this one really helps with. One is this handle actually has a couple of places for adjustment. So you're gonna be able to adjust how much open you want it. You can go with a little bit cracked open, like if you had a vented windshield, you can open it all the way like you didn't have a windshield, or you can close it off. The other thing that this one offers that my previous one didn't have is it actually offers a lot more support. So every main part here, so this is, I consider this a main part. You know, this is a main fold over, windshields are gonna meet. It's got a huge gusseted bracket there. Super nice, steel bracket shaped. Same thing here. Down here at the bottom, we have another manufactured bracket that fits that edge, stiffens it up. Once again, at the top, we have another huge bracket here formed, everything's formed to this, to the angle it needs to be, so it really stiffens up this polycarbonate. Move that handle out the way to start with. We're gonna set it up there. We're gonna flip over our main bracket here so we can get everything bolted up and into place like we want. So one thing you wanna pay attention to is when you're putting this back on, once again, make sure this is to the inside. Instead of going over the top like we did on the bottom one down here, you're actually gonna go to the bottom. So what we're gonna do is just kind of flip this around like so, and then we're gonna take our long bolt and we're gonna go through this bracket into the backside, and then we're gonna put a nut on this one, and only this one is getting the nut. The other ones already have welded nuts onto them. And now we're just gonna run our bolts through here, get those started. All right, I have gone a little out of order because I honestly forgot to install these on this main panel. Not a big issue. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your cylinder mounts or your pieces, you're gonna actually turn these to where it goes to the inside. So this is towards the inside of the machine, and we're just gonna bolt these up right over here in these little slots that we got. Like I said, I like to get this paper out the way when you're bolting stuff up to it, so you don't have to do it afterwards. We're just gonna sit that in there, put our bolts through. All right, so at this point, I'm deviating from the instructions some for what it says, because it actually tells you to put the cylinders on and all that. What I want to do now is I've got this windshield where I want it, like I want it to sit up, how I want it to meet up to this and pull in. What I'm going to do is go ahead and lock this thing into place, since it's where I want it to be at against the seal. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten these screws up as well as those screws over there. And then I'm going to go ahead and tighten up the bracket here. And then we are going to be done other than putting our cylinders on. So I'm going to do that. The steps don't tell you to do that, but that's how we're going to do it. Now, what I do want to tell you is I have gone ahead and tightened up this post that it told you to tighten up earlier. Now, what I've done is I push it all the way up. That gives it the lightest setting on pulling this thing in. But I can tell you right now, once you get this windshield sitting where you want it, kind of up in the track like you like it, you can go ahead and pull this thing over. Even in the lightest setting, it gives it a nice, good pull down and seal there. So this is where we're gonna want this. So now I'm gonna tighten all these up. Don't forget to tighten these two top ones up as well. So now we are on to installing the shock. And you have two ends. You have the non-fixed end and the fixed end. We're gonna lift that up just a little bit because I want the shock just to kind of sit there. And I'm gonna go ahead and screw in this top one because it has a welded nut on it. And we're gonna go ahead and tighten that up. And now we can take and put our fixed in through here, or our non-fixed in, I should say, and we can put the nut on it. Let's see how well she does. Perfecto. So some of the things I really like about this windshield, for one, they've got a lot of stiffeners in here. There's a stiffener down here on the bottom. I mean, it's stout. There's a stiffener on this part, makes it super stout. You've got a stiffener up here along this bent part here as well. Then you also have the seal here. So I believe if you have the aluminum roof, it's actually going to, don't quote me because I don't have an aluminum roof. I believe it's actually going to seal up. Now I've got a polycarbonate just like my dad's. That should actually, it has a seal. I believe it's going to sit on top of this. Now I think one of the biggest advantages of this windshield that I've had of my last is this handle. So the nice thing about this handle is you actually have two settings. So while you can pull it all the way down and lock it flat, you can actually open it up and lock it in right here, which is then going to give you a vented style windshield. So my last one I had was a different brand. It would only open all the way or close all the way. This gives me a really good option. So I really like that. Let's go hit the road. All right, so if you want to know what it looks like from the machine, this is what we're looking at. Now this may irk some of you having that bar across there with it open, but honestly, it does not bother me one bit. It doesn't, I mean, it does affect the view some, but it's not bad to me at all. Now I'm 5'11", 5'10", depending on, what day of the week it is, but I like it so far. So let's see if it can handle speeds. That's what I'm curious of. Are we gonna have a lot of flopping issues? Is it gonna hold up? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Yeah, you definitely get more breeze. All right, we're running 57 right now. handling good, 58. I can say once you're out here, that bar, it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, it really doesn't. All right, we're gonna crack this thing all the way open. Let's see how she handles then. Oh yeah. All right, so we got one slight issue. The brackets are pulling up at 60 mile an hour with it fully open. They're just not clamped good enough. So we're gonna head back and I'm gonna move them down to that second notch, get a little bit more bite on it then. All right, so we just had where if I was running 60 with the window all the way open, the brackets were loose. So what that tells me is that I need to adjust these brackets down to the second hole instead of the top one. They're not quite tight enough. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move those brackets down. We're gonna tighten those back up. I say move them down. We're gonna move them a step over, tighten them back up. Now I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be difficult to get the bolt in there. So I'm gonna try to find me a clamp, see if that doesn't help. You're definitely gonna need a pair of these pliers because I'm here to tell you, this thing is tough. But first off, we're gonna take loose this shock here. We wanna take it loose. And we wanna get it out of the way because I'm here to tell you, it is gonna be super tight putting these on, going to that second. But that's kind of a good thing because it feels like now it is, if it moves now, well, there ain't no hope for it. All right, so we have the brackets retightened up. So don't make the mistake I did. Go to the second one if you have the big tube and it looks like it's gonna work perfect. But now let's hit the road. We are back from the ride. I gotta say, this thing, really like it, really do. We had it up to 75 mile an hour. The only thing that you even notice, you can't really tell, but I was looking for it, is you get deflection in this because so much pressure is being put on it at 75 mile an hour. With that being said, man, 50, 60 mile an hour, I mean, it works great. You know, I don't know if I would want to go faster than that with it open, to be honest. Like you're just asking for trouble at that point. 75, I mean, it did fine on it, but I don't know if I want to sustain that speed. I really love it. I mean, everything about it. I love the brackets that they provided down here. Ties that in. Yes, you have these two roll bar clamps. And like I said, if you have the aluminum roof, I'm almost positive that this seal will seal against the aluminum roof. But since I got a polycarbonate, it goes on top. I'm gonna put a link down in the description to you to pick one of these up if you're interested in it. This will be the Pro S version of it. I'm sure they've got other versions as well, depending on your machine, so go check it out. I'll try to put a link down for that. But yeah, so far, super happy with it. The big test is gonna be long-term and how well it's gonna do out in the dust, but I can tell you, I have had really good luck with KEMIMOTO stuff. At least my opinion has been that way. I've had really good luck with a lot of the stuff. So we're gonna give it a test, but we're gonna end this video off here. I appreciate you all. We'll see you on the next one.